Limitation of liability clauses are a fundamental risk allocation tool in construction contracts. In simple terms, they define the circumstances in which a party can be liable, the types of loss that can be claimed, and the maximum amount recoverable if something goes wrong. There are several common forms. First, financial caps, which limit total liability to a stated figure, often the contract value or the level of available insurance. Second, exclusions, which remove liability for certain categories of loss, most commonly loss of profit, loss of opportunity, or other consequential losses. Third, time limits, which require claims to be brought within a specified period, sometimes much shorter than the usual statutory limitation periods. These clauses are generally enforceable, but only if they satisfy the reasonableness test under the Unfair Contract Terms Act. When assessing reasonableness, the courts will consider factors such as the party's bargaining power, whether the clause was a standard term, whether alternatives were available, and whether the party affected knew or ought reasonably to have known about the limitation. In construction contracts, it is common to see liability capped at the contract sum or insurance levels, and exclusions for consequential losses are almost standard market practice. You may also encounter net contribution clauses, particularly in design appointments and design and build contracts. These limit a party's liability to the proportion of loss that is fairly linked to its own breach, rather than making it responsible for the full loss caused by multiple parties. For consultants and contractors, this can be a critical protection against joint and several liability, but funders are hostile to their inclusion. The practical message is this: limitation clauses must align with the risk that you are taking on and the insurance you carry. A modest subcontract may justify a low cap, but high risk or design-led roles require careful thought about whether the proposed limits are adequate. Finally, there are clear red lines. Liability for fraud, death or personal injury resulting from negligence cannot be excluded or capped. So always read limitation clauses carefully. These will be the first thing we check if you come to us when something goes wrong.